Hi, this is Lorcan Ryan from the University of Limerick, and today I'd like to introduce you to the Localisation Knowledge Repository, or LKR, Pre-Translation Quality Assurance System. This system aims to improve the quality of source language text strings by checking them against a set of user-defined authoring guidelines. Higher quality source content is more translatable and therefore easier, faster and cheaper to localize. Edited text strings and useful metadata relevant to localization are stored in an XLIF project file, XLIF being the XML localization interchange file format. This XLIF file is then transported throughout the localization workflow, making its metadata reusable for different professionals and technologies. This system addresses the issues associated with bulk enterprise localization workflows and was developed along with myself, Ona Cahur, Dimitri Anistow and David O'Carroll. So I'm going to start today's demonstration by explaining which users interact with the system. The first user we have is the author, whose role it is to actually edit the content to improve its translatability. The project manager, on the other hand, logs into the system and actually configures the guidelines that are going to be checked on the content. So let's go into the guideline settings section, and we can see here the list of the guidelines which are categorized according to which area of linguistic quality they address. So we have guidelines for lexicology, for example. We have orthography, which is spelling and capitalization. We also have morphology and syntax and text structure guidelines. We can select as many or as few as these guidelines as we wish to do so. For the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to select all of these checks and click on Save. So now our system is configured. The next step is to log in as the author. The author adds in their personal details, which is saved in the metadata in the XLIF file. So the author name, which is myself, Lorcan, the email address, the domain of the content that we're going to check, and also the company or product name. When I'm creating a job in the LKR, I can upload a file from 3 different sources. I can upload a simple text file if I wish to do so from my local machine. I can copy and paste some raw text into my text box, or I can import a job from our own LocConnect system. The job we're going to look at today is analyzing this simple text file. So we're assuming that this is a simple text-based manual that we're going to check. We're going to go back to our system, navigate to our text file, which is our petmanual.txt, and upload that to the system. Once I upload a file to the LKR, it automatically segments the file for me using the Lisa SRX segmentation standard. Okay, that's created a string list for me. The string list is divided into 3 columns: original, which is the text in my original source file, the editable region, and also any comments that I want to leave. The string list is automatically checked based on the guidelines that I implemented earlier. So it's telling me that in this string list we have 8 warnings. If I want to click on any of these links, it'll bring me directly to the warning, or I can just scroll manually through the string list if I prefer to do so. Any warning that is identified is marked in red to highlight it for me, and if I hover over the warning, it'll give me a message explaining what the problem is. So in this case it's telling me that I should avoid the use of the future tense. So if I click on the editable region here, I can actually change this. Okay, so I'm going to change this to the kennel accommodates. So I'm going to change the future tense to the present tense and click my reanalyze button. So you can see here that the colour has changed to green, which indicates that I have rectified the problem that was identified. So here again is my original text, which had the problem of being written in the future tense, the kennel will accommodate. I've changed this to the kennel accommodates a large dog, so it's back into the present tense. The error has been corrected, and I can move on to my next issue. Once I'm happy that I've rectified all of these errors, I can pass on the job back to the project manager for review. So it's telling me now that job number 25 has been marked for review and sent to the project manager. So I'm going to log back in now as the project manager. I can see here that my for review list has just been updated. I have a new job to review. So I'm going to go back into job 25 and I'll be able to see exactly what work the author has actually done in terms of editing the strings. So I can see here that 1 warning was addressed by my author, 7 warnings remain. As project manager, I can see that because there's warnings remaining, if I want to, I can send the job back to the author. I can add some comments as well, asking the author to actually make the changes that are necessary. Once all the changes have been implemented and I'm happy that my file has been improved, I can go ahead to complete the job and export. I can also leave a comment on my project file saying this has been checked by the LKR. And then it's time to go ahead and export my job. I can also select which metadata I want to include in my XLIF file. So you can see here some of this metadata has been added automatically by the system. So job ID, for example, also the word segment and character counts, and the source language of the text. The other metadata I add manually myself, so in terms of the author name, the email address, the domain, and so on. Once I'm happy that all of this metadata has been selected, I can go ahead and export the project file as XLIF. The other option I have, if I want to, is I can save an edited version of the original file format, which in this case was a .txt file. So that concludes today's demonstration on the LKR. If anyone has any questions about the functionality or anything you've seen today, please feel free to contact me. Thank you.